that's it. Heather Kendall is Uncle Graham, who was my caretaker, it's his daughter.
Oh, no.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good this morning. How are you, Bobby?
Hey, Bobby.
Good, good. Hi there. Already in the car, Tanya.
Because I'm at the hospital. I'm
Oh,
at.
how's
I've been
everything?
texting you.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You didn't see your text this morning.
I
Yeah,
did.
he got. So I gotta go in here right now. So that's how I came on because you weren't answering, so I figured you didn't see my.
What? He's stating concern that he has
What?
another buyer.
Yeah, because he kept the house on the market because of our contingency.
Yeah, well, he can't back out now. We're
No.
all in. We're all in.
I told him that. He said, "Well, how come the appraisal hasn't been ordered?" And so I can't answer those questions. So I'm like, "Well, we're working on that, blah blah blah." So he's concerned.
Well, Scott's gonna have the everything he needs today,
Okay.
and so that can be ordered today.
Okay, so can you let Scott know to let's yeah
Yes.
get a schedule, so at least on schedule, and I can tell him that's good, like, oh, it's Wednesday or
Yeah.
Thursday, whatever,
Oh,
so he can
perfect, perfect. Okay.
get him off my back. Because he
Okay.
called me like 4 times. I'm like, dude, I'm in the hospital right now. Like, I'm not,
Oh,
can't talk.
Lord. I'm sorry about that. That's
Okay,
mm,
and Caleb's fine now too, so that was good because we got the inspection date, and so he was good with that.
okay.
So that happens Tuesday.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll do everything I can today.
Okay. So I'm going to go off because I need to go back in. But I
Yeah.
wanted to say I'm texting you, so yeah, I figured you didn't see it. I was like, she probably didn't pick up her phone.
Well, thank you for popping in. I mean, that was pretty
It's
generous
okay.
of you, and you'll be in our prayers for sure.
I was really worried Albert was being kind of snotty. To tell for that.
Yeah.
We're gonna close. So they already got their house up for sale. We have to close. So we can't do this now.
Well, no, it's already in
So
escrow, so
wait, I'm sorry, we went off the speaker. Can't hear you.
oh, that's okay.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said we're already in escrow.
Yeah, I
Our
told him that. And
timeline,
that's what he
our
wanted to know when we were going to remove that contingency too. And I'll have Jan do that contingency removal at that when we got in escrow. We're in
okay.
contingent in that. So I can have that sent out Tuesday. And I
Yeah.
told him that. I
Okay.
said, that just happened. Give me a minute. I was at the hospital today. I would have did it today, but I'll do it on Tuesday.
All righty. Sounds good. Well, thank you so much,
Okay.
Tanya. Get back in there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going up there now. All
All
right.
righty.
Talk to you later, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Good morning, everyone. That is dedication right there. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee. Feel free to do the same. I'm just gonna wait another, looks like everyone's here. Let's wait another 60 seconds and we'll begin, all right? All right. All righty, good morning. So I'm so excited that we have such a good turnout today. And do we see Adam? I see a Samsung. Adam, are you in the room? Are you Samsung? Who is Samsung? Maybe they went to the restroom.
Samsung is me, Bobby.
No,
No?
it's a different Samsung. Yeah, because I
Okay.
see you. In fact, yours says Francine Key.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, you might be Samsung, but you're showing up as your name. So it's a different one. I hope it's Adam. In case you didn't see the text message, we have a brand new agent. This new agent is going to be in Chastity's team, and he's bilingual, which is a huge plus, and he's ready to hit the ground running. So I'm really hoping he's here today. Um, but if not, we'll catch up with him later. So today I wanted to talk about what do you do when well, first, let me back up. So there's this fallacy of I'm going to do real estate in my spare time. I hear that so many times. And that's all well and good, but how many of us really have spare time? It's like, do you have any spare money? We don't have spare anything. It's not something that we have because at the end of the day, do you have do you sit down and go, wow, I have all this time left over. What am I going to do? That just never happens. It's a fallacy. I think when we're maybe 12, that used to happen, but as an adult, that just stopped happening. So when we go into a career that we're going to do in our spare time, we're really just kind of fooling ourselves. We're saying that, look, I'd love to do it. It's not quite important enough to me to block time for, and but it is something I want to say that I'm doing. And so really it puts you in a position to feel bad about yourself because you're never going to do it. It puts you in a position to never excel at it because you're not giving it the time that it needs. And it's just a way to really set yourself up for failure. And so I want to talk about real estate and how we can turn that around. If it is a priority to you, then you must make time for it. And here's the good news. You don't have to make a ton of time for it. You just have to make a little time for it. And it is possible to be a real estate agent that is part-time. And I don't want you to get confused about it's not something we do in our spare time versus I'm going to do it part-time. So the difference between a part-time agent and a full-time agent is simply the amount of time that you allocate toward it. If you have a 9 to 5, which a lot of us have. I mean, I had a 9 to 5 before I went into real estate full time. A lot of times that's what it takes to be able to make that switch. Um, of course, being able to step into real estate full time and just make it work is probably the ideal situation because when you're in a situation where you have to make it or not eat, that really does help to push you a little bit further, a little bit faster. But if you're like the rest of us and have to work to feed yourself, there is a way to go from one job to another in a way that you're not going to either leave real estate in the dust and never do it, which I see so many times people attempt to do this, but it's eventually they're doing less and less real estate and they just go back to their 9 to 5. So what needs to happen is that time needs to be allocated, plain and simple. So how much time? So I would say if you're wanting to do real estate part-time, you need to allocate part-time hours. Honestly, how in the heck do you expect to make money in not allocating any time at all? I mean, it's just kind of you might as well buy scratchers because that's what you're actually saying. I'm not going to allocate any time to this, yet I want it to magically make me a ton of money. So just think of it like this. If it's a part-time job, allocate part-time hours. So what is that? Like 20 a week, maybe 15 a week, we can say. So what 15 hours are you going to allocate to real estate? And I think that's the number one question that you need to answer for yourself. If you have not done that, then now's the time. Do it now. And the second question then is, okay, I've allocated the time. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, I'm sitting down to real estate. What am I going to do? So that's what I wanted to talk about today. What do we do? It's very systematic. It's very much uh, a system of you do A, B, and C to get X, Y, and Z. So, and it's a little bit counterintuitive too. So, you just kind of have to have faith that what people are telling you you must do is going to give you the results that you want. And a lot of times, newer agents will think, well, God, this is stupid. If I do this, I'm just wasting time, but it's not a waste of time. So let me open my notes here. Okay. So, maybe we can go around the room here. What do you answer this question? What do you do when you sit down to real estate? I want to hear from you what your idea is that you should be doing or what you are doing. So could I start with Monica? What do you do when you sit down to real estate?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You never find the mute. There's like a special spot. You gotta hit your. Anyway, I can never find it. What's the question? What do I do? Okay, so it's funny when you were talking, I was thinking because I've heard this so many times before, and when you were saying like have faith that everybody's telling you it's gonna work, it's not that you have to have faith in what somebody in specific is telling you about what to do. It's that you have to have faith that consistency will equal results. Like you just have to keep doing it. And I think that's where a lot of us, especially the part-timers, it's so easy to just not be consistent because something's not working fast enough. Something's not getting there quick enough. I felt that way and I'm doing this full time. And I'm like, get there. And I know I'm getting closer, but it does take time and it takes effort. You can't have something with no effort. You just can't. It's not going to just magically show up in your lap because you tell people you're in real estate.
Right.
And even for someone like me that's full-time, I have to go out of my way to tell people I'm in real estate. I'm here to help them with that. So what I do regularly every day is go through the people that I've been regularly contacting, especially those hot leads, and I communicate with them on a regular basis. That's what the CRM is for. It tells you, hey, this is the person you got to contact today because it's been 2 weeks or a month or whatever since you last talked to them. And I go through and see who do I call, who do I need to contact? Who do I have to call, right? Or who do I need to follow up with some information through email or a text or whatever it is, whatever communication I have next with them. And what I'm trying to do now also is spend a little bit of time on Mondays writing some kind of an email, some kind of information I can send out to everybody in my database. And then during the rest of the week, I want to use that to do other things with it, like maybe make a post for social about that topic or something like that. I'm trying to do more real estate related things for the social pages so that when people land on there, they see more real estate rather than just connect with me. And if you're doing that to try to get local people, then that's great. But you gotta say something. You gotta do something that shows what you're specialized in, or how you can help them at the very least, or the fact
Right.
that you're there to help them, period. You know?
Mhm.
So if you're not doing it through phone calls, then you have to find some other ways to do it.
No.
And I would say phone calls is probably the easiest way communicating with people, but you can do many things. I dropped off flyers at my farm, door to door, because I didn't want to mail them because that was expensive. In my own neighborhood here, I dropped off a flyer, and then I also mailed something to everybody. So I spent a little time every day, like literally handwriting envelopes,
Yeah.
so that they would get noticed, or trying to connect with people in your local community, spending a little time during the day to find those groups and people in your community that you can connect with and you can go meet with. And then for me personally, because I'm trying to build up not just a pipeline of people that I can work with, but of resources I can use here in Orange County. And most of my resources were in the Inland Empire. So I'm reaching out to lenders, inspectors,
Right.
all those various types of people that I'm going to be working with and using and hopefully getting referrals from,
Yeah.
and then trying to find the good ones because they're not all gems. And setting up a Zoom call or doing a coffee or meeting them somewhere or whatever.
Yeah.
And looking at the inventory in the area, just going
Yeah.
to see the houses that are available, the ones that popped up on the MLS. There's so many things
Yeah.
you could be doing.
Yeah.
So there's like a long list, but you got to narrow down to the activities that are going to help you the most, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you put that so well. And you came up with so many things in such a short amount of time that let's break that down. So,
Because my lists are big. You got to break it down. That's what I mean. You're right.
right. So for the new agent, what I would suggest is go to your title person first thing. Go to your title person and say, title person, I have chosen this to be my farm area. If you have trouble deciding what your farm area is, then it's where you live. Okay, let's keep it simple. So much time is spent on making decisions and deciding, and done is better than perfect. So let's get it done. If you don't know where your farm area is, it is where you live and the 200 people around you, period. Just do it. Go to your title person, say, this is my farm area. I need all the names and contact information for my farm. I want it broken down by who's a owner occupant and who is an owner non-occupant. One's renters, one's owners. You're going to market to them differently because those are buyers and sellers. It's very simple. Once you have those broken down, then you're going to work your database. What does that mean? It means you're going to do whatever it takes to contact each person. Guess what else your title person can do for you? They can tell you using AI which of these contacts in your farm area are most likely to sell next based on their length of time that they've been living there, life events, whatever they're basing it off of. But know that they're smarter than you when it comes to that. And you're going to have a handful or maybe 20, 25, 30 of the most likely people that will move in this next year. So Start with them. Do whatever you need to do to meet these people. We are in a relationship business. The more time that you are not spending talking to people, the more time you're wasting. Because we try and cover it up by saying, "Oh yeah, I'm spending time inside my house today. I don't know, whatever you're doing. It could be one of a million things, but I would like you to examine what you're doing and say, am I just making an excuse for not meeting with people today? Because honestly, if you're not out there meeting with people, you're wasting time because you have to talk to them one on one. So when you have, let's say on day one, you meet with your title person and spend time with your title person. Your title person is like a gateway to the people that you're going to be doing business with. They want to help you because when they help you, you end up helping them because you're going to go into escrow. So spend a half a day with your title person. Have him show you all the different tools, all the things he can do for you. You're going to walk away from that meeting going, oh my God, you're going to be so inspired. You're going to have this new energy. And then after you've spent that half a day, spend the next half of day entering those into your database and planning to go to the 8 houses that are most likely to sell and leave them a damn gift, something. Reach out to them. I just can't stress enough how much time real estate agents take avoiding what needs to be done. And the excuses we all make, believe me, when I was first in real estate, I made those same damn excuses. Well, I just can't because of I'm doing this, and it was just an excuse not to go out there and meet the people, you know. Here's another thing, that you can do. If you're going to be spending a social media day, or, what I would suggest is you need to be on social media. And let me clarify one thing. You're not on social media to meet people. No, 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 no. You meet them first, and then you solidify or enrich that relationship through social media. So you don't meet them on social media. That just in and of itself sounds scary. But you meet them first and then you connect on social media so that you can make the best use of time in developing that relationship and increasing its strength and trust and all of those wonderful things that we want to have with our clients. So if you're going to spend a social media day, then spend it answering people. Instead of you talking, putting stuff out there, why don't you try talking to people, commenting on their stuff, and, doing what you would like people to do for you? I will guarantee you spend a half a day doing that, it's going to come back to you tenfold because people want to be in a relationship with you, but they oftentimes don't know how. If you take that first step, I guarantee you're going to have a good outcome. Okay, so I gave you a few things. Monica gave you a bunch of things. Now, what do you do with that? Well, start by setting some goals. What are your goals? What do you want to see for yourself? Do you want to sell 1 this month? Do you want to sell 2 this month? Do you want to, whatever your goal is, set it. Then what do you have to do to make that goal come true or to complete that goal? If it's sell 1 this month, what do you need to do that? Are you going to go after listings? Are you going to go after buyers? It depends on, be very specific with your goal. I am going to work with a first-time buyer and sell them a house. That's really specific. Then you go to your database and you look in the section of, owner, non-occupants. So the people that are living in those addresses, you don't have their names, but you know their address, you know they're a renter, so you know something about them. And I'll guarantee you 90% of renters want to be buyers. Trust me. If they don't, then there's something wrong upstairs. Because why would you volunteer to pay somebody else's bills? Hey, I want to know that person because I want somebody to pay my bills. So you know something about these people. So you're going to go over there and you're going to leave them something. You may not knock on their door. Hell, I don't like people knocking on my door and I don't like to knock on other people's doors. But what you can do is you can leave them a nice gift. You can introduce yourself. Hey, I'm in the neighborhood. I'm also a real estate professional. And if you're a renter, you don't want to ever assume. If you're a renter, maybe you're thinking about buying. I know of a program where you can get the down payment money for free. Start there. Are the first few times going to feel like crap? Hell yeah, they will. And you probably go home and cry yourself to sleep. But you know what? The second time is going to be easier. So I really want to impress upon you all and, okay, takeaways. One, you have to allow yourself time to succeed. You cannot do this in your spare time because you don't have any. You have to plan what you're going to do with that time. You can't just sit there and wait for the phone to ring because it's not gonna. You have to plan what you're going to do. If you set goals for yourself, then set a path on how you're going to make those goals happen. And, another great tip is try to meet one new person per day. How hard is that? It's not that hard. Just meet one new person a day. If you meet, okay, I'm going to go off on a tangent here. I just got a text message last night from a person that I haven't seen in probably a few years, but she moved in in this new development I think about a year ago or so, and she just out of the blue asked me to a barbecue on Sunday. So what did I say? Oh, hell yeah, I will be there. Are you kidding me? Um, it's all about stuff like that. Look through your phone, see, find somebody that you haven't seen in a couple of years and reach out to them as easy as a freaking text message. And then when they say, sure, I'd love to hang out, then go do it. And then while you're doing it, the discussion's going to come up. What have you been doing? Oh, what have you been doing? And that's your opportunity to get to develop a relationship with someone that is going to further your career because, everybody wants to help you, whether you believe that or not. Monica, I did see your hand up. Go ahead.
No, I completely agree. That's like perfect advice. Even something as simple as one a day. That's when I was doing, you were telling us at the beginning of the year, do the goals, update your goals and all that stuff. And I remember that's one of the things I had put on there as a daily was meet one person a day. I mean, in person, online, whatever, meet a new person, start something with them. But what I was thinking is it's kind of all about timing. Real estate is usually all about timing. You being at the right place at the right time for that person. And the more people we can be in regular contact with and that they remember us at that right moment when they decide they want to start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Even though they've been thinking about it for the last 6 months, but now they're really thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because it takes time. People don't just decide when you bring it up that they want to talk about real estate. They decide when they're ready.
Right.
And for me, because I've rarely been in a 9-to-5 job, I always was pretty comfortable with the whole setting my own schedule and being my own boss. But if you are the kind of person that has bosses, right? A schedule you have to follow at another job, and you have limited time for this, for real estate, but you want to make time for real estate, or you want it to maybe eventually replace that other job. Maybe not, maybe so. You have to almost, you have to wear that hat of the manager and of the business owner and sit down and say, okay, what are the, sorry about that. I had a call coming in. What are the goals that I'm trying to shoot for to hit this week, this month, this year, whatever? And how much time do I need for that? And I'm going to set it down. And these are the activities that I'm going to do during this time. And if you can't figure that out, use Chat GPT. Literally, just like it'll do so much thinking for you so much faster. You could figure all this out by yourself. You absolutely can. It's just going to take you longer, period. You know, if you feed all that information into chat and say, hey, chat, this is what I want to do this year. Here's the goals. Here's how much time I have. Here's all the other things I have to do that are non-negotiable. And then I have time to allocate to this much every day or this much every week. And here's all the activities I need to get done, including big projects. Break it down for me. Take all these projects and put them into tiny little bits that I can finish, and tell me how to structure my day and make a freaking schedule for me. And then all you have to do is plug and play, follow it, just like you do at work when you go to work.
I had no idea that it would do that, but I am going to try it. I challenge you all to try that.
It'll literally do anything you ask it to do. It'll be whoever you want it to be. So if you want it to be your boss, tell it that. Say, hey, ChatGPT, act like my boss. And if I don't finish this stuff, you know, do what you need to do to get me motivated, to get me to do it, or keep me on track or whatever. Let it do what you have a hard time doing. And then just follow what it tells you. I know it seems a little weird, just follow what the robot tells you, but it works.
You know what? Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. And then I want to talk about your morning routine. There is something magical about that, because the first thing, as quickly as you can start your day in a positive way, that is going to set the motion for your day. Now, if I always say, whatever you have the hardest time doing, do that first. Get it out of the way. Eat your vegetables first on your plate. End it with dessert. It gets it out of the way and gets you feeling accomplished, like you've accomplished something early on. So that positive feeling will carry you through the day. And let me ask you something. If you talk to somebody who's just kind of mopey and feeling down about themselves and always needing you to say, "No, it's okay. You're doing good," and always needing that from you, versus somebody who is positive and is funny and who is always giving you encouragement and happy, who do you want to be around? Honestly. My God, I would run from person number one. Run from them. If you see them coming, run. The second person, that's who you want to be. Because honestly, with real estate, when you're trying to set meetings up with people and coffee dates and things like that, they are going to say no every time if that's who you're bringing to the table. So feel good about yourself. Bring the good person to the table so that they like you and so that they want to hang around you, so that they want to tell their friends about you. If you're mopey and needy and ugly to be around, they're not going to refer anyone to you. Maybe a doctor to examine this, but they're not going to refer you to any of their friends. So how do you do that? Well, by taking care of yourself, taking care of this, taking care of this, and presenting the day with somebody who is positive, energetic, fun, and easy to be around. So think about your morning routine. What are you doing? How are you starting each day? Are you know, I would recommend, and this comes straight from, you know, experts in the field, you know, start off with some kind of cardio activity. It doesn't have to be, a full cardio workout at the gym. It could be a walk, for God's sakes. It could be a walk. I can't tell you how much that changes your like perspective for the day. Take a half an hour walk and come home and you're like totally energized and motivating and feeling very positive about the day. The endorphins are kicking in and you're feeling very, very good. So think about that. Think about what are you doing to start your day and then change it if it's not perfect or if it's not working for you or if it leaves you kind of for the day. Do whatever it takes to be that positive, fun, happy person. Bring that person to every relationship, and I guarantee you, you will be an instant success because that person is somebody people want to be around, especially when you're doing the hardest transaction of your life. You want someone who's going to be positive, encouraging, motivating, happy, fun, especially during the hard times, looking at the home inspection report and finding out you need a new plumbing system. You want somebody who's going to lighten that heaviness of that news. So, I didn't get to anyone else. Is there anyone else who would like to share what they do when they sit down to do real estate?
Come on, guys. Who's here today?
I was going to call on Rachel, but she left or she got kicked out by the system. Chastity can't talk. She's at another event, but she's listening in. Trina, what do you do when you sit down to real estate?
I knew you were going to call on me for some reason. Good morning, everyone.
Good
So
morning.
when I do real estate every day, even though I'm doing part-time, but I'm doing it every day. I go in to see what does the market look like, up or down, which area, what is new on the market. That's for my investment thing. But the other thing I need to look on to every day is I contact my tenant. However, able to connect with Scott for some of my tenants, ready for buying or whatever, so I can list my property.
Yes.
So the thing I'm doing is only part time, but I very interested in what is that a buyer market or a seller market? Look like it's just turn around to the buyer market.
Mhm.
And some area is still very reasonable. That's what I'm trying to tell my tenant. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing every day.
I
Not full
love
time yet, but just doing it every day.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be said for consistency. You can't be, I'm going to do real estate really, really well this week, and then next week I'm not. If you do something that takes you a half an hour, but you do it every single day, and you know what kind of market we're in and what the different areas around us, what kind of market they're in, then you're going to be the go-to person. You are going to be the go-to person because you're going to know. You're going to know what the history looks like. You're going to know what we just came from, what kind of market we just came from. And so, yeah, I say if you are going to do something, do it consistently. Know what you're talking about. I mean, that in and of itself gives you confidence to talk about it. If somebody were to talk to you, Trina, and ask, are we in a seller's market or buyer's market? You're going to know, right?
Yep, I know. That's why I'm trying to tell them. My tenant said market is turning right now. So the seller is actually considered lower their price, and then for the buyers, actually it's buyer market right now. I think it's a good time for motivate some of the tenant if you have for the buyers out there. First time home buyers ready to go.
Yeah, yeah. And so that's great. Thank you for sharing that, Trina. That's another thing. Know about your industry. When you plan after you set your goals and you make a pathway to reach those goals, then set routine. Set your routine. What are you going to do every day? You should be doing something every day. I don't care if you work, 1,000,000 hours. You can set aside some time every single day. And if you can't, then you might want to reconsider your choices in life. So, if
And Bobby, if you're like Ashley, for example, because I remember this when I first started with you, I
Mhm.
was flooded with a million things to do, right? At the
Yeah.
moment you're like in it and you're doing a transaction and you're learning like a gazillion things every single day, it's overwhelming. And you get so wrapped up in doing all of that from morning till night that you don't think about, well, I should have also done this because this was part of my goals.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is you get to the end of that transaction or you get to the end of that particular deal that you're working with that person, and then you have nothing.
Right.
And you're starting from scratch again. So whatever those non-negotiables are, even if it's just 3 things every day that
Yeah.
you're going to spend 45 minutes doing,
Mhm.
put it on a piece of paper and stick it big as day next to your head wherever you're going to be working, or on as a background to your phone. So every single time you look at your phone, you see it. I don't care where you put it, but you got to
Yeah.
put it somewhere so that you see it constantly, regularly, and it
Mhm.
reminds you to do those things until it becomes so second nature. You don't
Yeah.
need the reminder. And for
Yeah.
me, that takes forever. I'm
Yeah.
terrible about building habits.
No, that's such good advice, Monica, and thank you so much, Trina, for sharing that what you do, because you're right. If you do these 3 things, pick 3 things that is going to get you that next client in your pipeline. That's the goal. If you're in a transaction, yay, what are you doing to get the next one? Because was that one hit wonder? Yeah, that's not what you want to be. That does nothing for you. Yeah, I sold some real estate 6 years ago. Yeah, nobody's going to listen to that crap.
I
So,
just want to add one thing, Bobby.
yeah.
Okay, so Monica mentioned about hobby,
Habit,
the habit that you have to do every day. For
mhm,
me, it's not a habit; it's the interest. I'm
interest.
very interested. I'm very
Yeah,
interested in real estate. So if I don't see anything in the market every day, I feel like missing something. It's my interest. I have
that's so
yeah,
insightful.
but because if you're not interested, if you lose the habit easily. But if you build interest into the habit, just like, okay, I know this market 5 years ago it's only 120,000. What happened now? It's 400,000.
Yeah.
My motivation is growing because I know with a few years that can turn around and make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So what my interest is making money, I guess.
That's
Good
a good
interest,
interest to
Trina.
have. Yeah, yeah. Well, and you also can see the connection between what you're doing and making money because you've done it before. There's a definite connection there.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hope that you all have the interest that it doesn't feel like you're having to walk through mud to do real estate and to do the things that get you from point A to point B. If it does, then maybe again you need to really take a hard look at what you're doing. If it doesn't interest you, then is it maybe something that maybe your energy should be put somewhere else? But
And it's about your goals. Trina, her goals are to invest in real estate and grow her real estate empire, which is already huge. Oh my God. But if your interest is helping people, maybe your interest is helping people get into a house or helping people move or helping people relocate or helping somebody sell their home and move to another state or whatever it is,
mhm,
find what that thing is, what
yeah,
that interest is, and build upon that.
mhm,
It's not all money. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't going to make me money.
yeah.
If I won the lotto tomorrow, I'm gone, man.
I want to share one more thing.
Yeah.
It might offend some agent. It might, but it's so realistic here. I just want to share.
Yeah.
Because when I go to buy a house, right? Let's say I'm a first-time home buyer. The first thing I ask the agent is, "Do you own a home? Do you own a home?" Okay. If they say no, then I say, "What's wrong with you? Why are you telling me buying a house but not you?"
Mm-hmm.
It may offend if somebody is so realistic. That's the first thing I would ask. So for me to advise anybody is, if you want to get confidence in your real estate or whatever, you have to solely look at yourself first. You have to be confident. You have to own what you own first before you can help other people to own it.
Yeah.
That's in my observation over the years. Because the first thing I would add is, you own the home. And if you say no, I said, the first thing I would think to myself is, why are you telling me to buy a house, but you're not?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's so
Mhm.
realistic. I just want to share it. But if I offend anybody, I just apologize.
Yeah. Well, you're just sharing your perspective. I mean, as a buyer yourself, that's
Yes.
your perspective. And I think anyone who is in this industry, having bought your own real estate is definitely something that should be on your goal list, so that you have the perspective of the people that you're helping. Otherwise, it's very difficult to put yourself in their shoes. So definitely, if that's not something that you've done, that should be on your goal list.
Definitely. And not, I was even laughing with Scott and Chaz about this recently when I moved because it had been a long time since I had bought a property. And I was like, oh yeah, this is what it feels like when it's your own transaction.
Yeah,
Scary as hell.
very
And you
different,
you
very
you
different.
forget that when you're doing it for
Yeah.
other people. So if you haven't done it, definitely that should be a goal. Yeah. And sometimes we just need to make the money to get there.
hmm Oh, it's always about money. Yeah. So, but that you got to start somewhere, and you're in the perfect place to have the resources to definitely make that next move.
Hey,
So,
Bobby, I thought the topic today is to talk about also, if you have a lead, how do you, get contact with that lead? Because last week we attended the event. I have two leads, right? I'm trying to text them. And I
uh-huh.
told Monica that's none of them returned my text. What
Right.
do we need to do next, and what is the process of that?
So when you have a lead that you've been given, or whatever, it landed in your lap for whatever reason, exhaust all the different modes of our channels to connect with them. So if they're not answering a text message, try giving them a call and leaving a voice message. If you have their email address, try emailing them. If you've exhausted all of the different channels, then continue doing that until they say to you, "Don't contact me again," or something. Now, if you've done all that and you're really not getting any response back, then set for yourself a limit that you will go. And then once you've hit that limit, then that it's a dead lead. It's not going anywhere, period. But set that for yourself. Now, everybody has their own kind of, I will not go past this limit. A lot of times you have to give it at least, what is the rule of thumb? It's like 15
Minimum
tries.
7 to 8.
Oh, minimum 7 to 8. So try 7 to 8 times, and then maybe over a 2-week period. If nothing happens after that, then you can retire that lead and pass the lead on to someone else. Because it's funny, you might have a lead that you're trying to reach, trying to, get something started with. Nothing happens. You transferred to someone else, all of a sudden, oh, they're buying a house. It's very strange how that happens. And it has to do with A, timing, and two, approach. There might be a different approach taken by a different person that just hits them right or whatever. Everybody's different. So if once you've exhausted your tries, then pass it to someone else. And if it does turn into something, you can always ask them for a referral fee too. You know what? We are out of time. No, I'm getting ready to end it, and I'm getting booted out of this room. But we're going to wrap it up. I don't like to go over because I do respect your time. So I'm going to end it there. Adam, if you are on this call, please stay after, and everyone else have a wonderful week. If you have any questions for me or you want to meet, just reach out to me. We'll set something up, okay? All right. It's a long weekend, y'all. Have fun and do something every day to further your career.
Go meet some
Thank
people.
you.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Adam, are you here? I thought I heard you. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Can you hear me, Bobby?
I can, yes. Hello,
Okay.
Adam. How are you? I'm actually going to be moving, so just bear with me. I have to leave this room. It's a shared office, so I have to let the next occupant in. So we're just going to move. All right, it's all yours.
A little bit more than a half hour.
Sorry about that. Okay.
Meeting.
All right. Okay. Adam?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to turn on your camera? I just feel like,
I don't.
oh, it's okay if you don't know how or whatever. I'm gonna actually, let's see if I can.
Raise hand.
Okay, I'm just gonna remove the other people because I think they just had their phones on
Okay.
and they just needed to. There we go. Let's remove. Okay. All right, now it's just you and me.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, how did you enjoy the meeting this morning?
It
There you
was
are.
well, I'm writing stuff down. This is my first meeting. I've never heard anything like this before. So it's something to really think about and absorb and yeah.
Okay, so the first thing that I think every new agent should do is meet with their title representative. So a title representative in every escrow, a title representative is going to handle the title transfer and the preliminary title report because when you put a house on the market to sell, the first thing that everybody needs to know is who is the house titled to and who's the rightful owner and what are the easements that are on this property and liens. What liens do we have? So that's all handled by our title person. And that title person will run what they call a preliminary title report. That's going to have all that stuff listed on it. And before we go under contract with anyone, we kind of need to know what's going on in the titling of this house. I'll tell you, there's more people who have come to me and said, I want to sell my house only to learn that it's not even their house. Maybe it's a brother's house or a mom's house. So we have to be very careful and to, investigate and find out who's the rightful owner of that house. Now, what else our title person can do is they can run a list of contact information, mailing addresses, things of that nature, for a certain area. So what I ask all my new agents to do is to choose what we call a farm area. So that is an area bounded by streets, and it's usually just where you live. So do you have an idea of where you'd like to start your marketing at?
The area around here is uh let's see, South Colton. Then right next door there's what is this terrace place here?
Grand Terrace.
Grand Terrace, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right next door.
Okay, let's bring up a map real fast and we'll get your farm area kind of identified. And then I'm going to put you in touch with our title guy and he can give you all kinds of tools. He has an app that you can download and the app will allow you to calculate what someone's payments might be or what their net proceeds would be based on their selling price. It's just a good tool to have when you talk to clients because it makes you look really, really smart. Okay, let me pull up a map and then I'm going to share what is your home address? 737 or what is it?
979
Okay, in Forest, right?
Forest Drive.
Okay, boy, oh boy, am I got a good memory. Okay.
I know you do.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I'm looking at, okay? All right, there it is. Nice house. Okay, so
Thank you.
let's make this a little bit smaller. How do we do that? Oh, here we go. So no, we wanna
I can zoom in.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is you, and
Mhm.
these look like great neighborhoods. So your farm area, you can have it from this road here, East
Okay.
Clear Creek, all the way. Oh, look, it's almost like mapped out for you. And then you can go all the way to Cooley and then and have its boundary up here, Cooley and then back down to South Forest. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay, so this is your farm area. So it's going to go Cooley to East Old Ranch. Oh, I'm sorry, East Clear Creek. Sorry, East Clear Creek to Forest. That's a nice square. I don't know how many houses are in that area, but it looks like, maybe 50 or 75. It's a good area to start with. So, and you can increase your farm area if you want. You can make it smaller. I would say only increase it though. All right. So,
Right.
do you want me to, I don't know how I can. Oh, I know what I can do. Okay. I just want to make this map. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to print. I'm going to make it a PDF is what I'm going to do. Okay. So, oh, I can't. Okay. Oh, yes, I can. PDF. I'm going to save it as a PDF so that you have a map. And this is Adam Farm Area. Okay. And I'm going to save it to my desktop. There we go. All right, now I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to open up my new map that I made a PDF. This way I can, oh, how come well, that's weird. It only got half of it. Oh, no, it's the whole thing. Okay, so
Oh, cool.
now I'm going to use my edit tools and I'm going to use let's see, a pen. Yeah. Oh, that's not a pen. Let's see. Let's find a pen. A pen. No, that's signature. I don't want a signature. Let's see. Oh, draw freehand. That's what I want. Draw freehand. I'm picking red as my color, and I want to draw. Okay. So now I'm going to draw the farm area we picked. Okay. It's going to go here to Cooley. You know what? It's not the whole thing.
Hmm.
Because it should go over here. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Get rid of that. Don't save. All right. I'm going to try this again. Let's go. Let's go back to my map. Where's my map? Map. There we go. And I'm just going to make this small. Yeah, it cut it off.
Hmm.
I'll make this smaller, and I'm going to, maybe I'll make this. All right, just make it smaller. Okay. And now I'm going to file, print. Print to PDF. And I'll say farm area Adam. Okay. Okay, let's see if this one is better. It is, but it doesn't have, now it doesn't have the street names. All right, I'm gonna use it anyway. And you know, you went through this with me, so
Mhm.
you're gonna understand. So
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna make a thick line. Okay, and I'm going to draw. Okay, here we go. So it's gonna go here. All the way to Cooley and all the way back. Okay. And then I'm going to go file, save, and I'm going to share my screen real fast, okay?
Mhm.
Okay. And then you can see what I'm looking at. Bear with me.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you see that? What I
Yes.
did? Yeah, hang on. I just took and you know, if you look on a map, you'll see that this up here is Cooley, this is
Yes.
Cooley, and this is that oak or whatever, and this is
Yeah.
forest.
Along the wall. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So this gives you an idea. It's all the way around this. Is this a park right here?
It is. Yes.
Okay, so it's
It's
all the
right
way
in the
around
middle.
the park. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so I'm gonna send this to you.
Okay.
And so let me go ahead and set that email up. I want to make sure that
How do I get into my email, Bobby?
Oh no, you've not been able to get in.
No.
Okay.
Well, Adam at calcurbs
Yeah.
.com. Yeah. Me and my wife were trying to get in last night.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So, hang on, let me get this map emailed to you first.
Sure.
Because this is your This is your assignment for the week.
People,
I can't find it.
Mhm.
What did I name it? Adam? No.
Mm.
You know what? I'll just drag it in there. There it is. Okay, and send. So I got that sent to you.
Awesome.
All right, so to get into your email, you are here. Let me share my screen and then you can kind of see the steps, okay?
Okay, cool.
So let me share. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. So I'm gonna log out of here and then go from like the beginning. So first you see this bar up here, the this address bar for your URL?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In there, you're going to type CAL, oops, LCURBS. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to type, webmail. So WEBMAIL .calcurbs.com. You want to try that? You do not put www, you do not put HTTPS, you just start with
Mm-hmm.
webmail.calcurbs.com.
Okay, webmail.calcurbs.com.
Yes, put it in
And
your
what
hmm?
is that, just like on Google or
Any
on?
browser, any browser.
Okay.
You want to try it?
Yes.
This is what you're going to get right here. It's going to say webmail, and it's going to have a place for you to put your email and your password.
Okay.
After you put that in, that's what you're going to see. So give it a try.
It says internal server error. Formats configuration and was unable to complete your request. Please go to the server.
Oh, you don't have to read all that.
Okay.
Okay. Did you put in the search bar? I mean, not search, the URL bar.
The
You put
URL, yes.
you put webmail.calcurbs.com and you put that?
Yes. I'm putting it again.
Yeah,
Webmail.
try again. Because it should just bring up the login.
Ooh, same thing.
Okay, take your phone and point it at your screen so I can see what you're looking at.
I'm actually doing it from my phone.
Oh, well, of course you're having a problem.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, you need to be on a desktop or a laptop.
Okay. Okay. I don't have that at the
Oh,
moment.
you know what? We
Mm-hmm.
can put it on your phone. Let's just put it on your phone. Can you come
Sure.
in? You're coming in on Tuesday, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I'll be there.
Okay,
What time do you need me there, Bobby?
9:30.
Lupita? 9:30, okay.
9:30.
Tuesday.
And then on Tuesday, let's put it on your phone. I didn't realize that you'd be doing most of your stuff on your phone. Yeah, we can just easily put it on your phone. Then all you have to do is like click on the app and
Awesome, that'll be
yeah,
great.
so much easier. So much easier. Okay. Well,
Especially
good.
because I'll be at work too, so I could be doing work there as well from my phone.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. So if you don't have a desktop or a laptop available right now, then
Mhm.
you know what
I do have a laptop.
oh, can you get it now to try it?
At the moment, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Well, no, it's totally fine. So, just write down that URL, that
I did, yeah.
okay, try that on your laptop whenever you get a chance.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I will do that.
And I'm sure it's going to work just fine then.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Thank
Okay.
you.
Well, I'm glad we figured that out.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have your farm area.
Hmm. Yes.
And see, your farm area is the first geographic, they call it a geo farm because it's an area that you've chosen to do your marketing, your advertising. These are going to be the first people that you're going to kind of bust out onto the market and say, I am a real estate professional. If you need one, I am that. Okay.
Okay.
These are your first like group of people that you're going to reach out to and actively market and advertise to. So it's kind of exciting.
Good.
What I like to think of it as is like an experiment, and I
Mhm.
get to see, well, okay, I'm going to do this and see how this works. And then if it works, do more of that. And if it doesn't work, do less of
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
It's just really easy it's fun. It's actually
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is I am going to text you, and his name is Aaron. Aaron is our title guy, and I want you to schedule a 1 hour appointment with him. And whenever, if he can meet you on the weekend, do it on the weekend. It doesn't matter when. Just work out a time with him for him to sit with you, either via Zoom or in person, doesn't matter. And he will get you the 2 apps I was talking about.
Yes.
Um,
Mhm.
there's another app that you will have access to. And what it does is it gives you well, here, I'll just show you a little demonstration. So
Cool.
let me share my screen. And this is the best app ever. I love this app. Okay. And if you're driving down the street and you see a house and you're like, oh, I love that house. I wonder who owns it. Well, this is how you can find out. So you just
Mm,
log in and okay, you put in the address. So do you mind if I put in your address?
that's fine.
Okay, 979.
Mm-hmm. Forest Drive.
Right. And then it's in San Bernardino County, so I don't have to change anything there. So then this is what's called a property profile. This is what you run on your own when someone comes up to you and says, I would like you to list my house. Then you look it up to make sure that's the owner, because I was telling you sometimes
Yes.
people misrepresent. So who's Patricia
Okay.
Woodruff?
That's my wife's mom.
Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we get to see um, who the owner is, the
Ah.
APN. You see yeah, there's the owner again. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
when she bought it,
Mm-hmm.
and you can click on this. If you click on that, you're going to get the actual document that was recorded. See it?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this
And
is
this
the
lets me know.
actual, huh?
And this lets me know who the owner is, the title.
And what document they recorded to get that ownership. It was a grant deed or whatever. This actually is a grant deed.
Okay.
Okay, so let me move this. It's in the way. Okay. So, oh, here we go. We'll go back here. And then you can see it's a 3-bedroom, two full baths, 1 partial bath, 5 total rooms, frame construction. Your roof is a composition shingle. Property type is residential. It's a single family. Was built in 1984. It's got an attached two car garage. It's 2 stories. The style is modern, modern. The view, they didn't specify what kind of view you have. There's no pool, central heat, central AC. Lot size is 7,728, and you have a fireplace. And then it tells me, oh, where are you at on your taxes? Looks like we're delinquent for 1990. Might want to look at that.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. It says delinquent tax year 1990. Maybe there's taxes owing from 1990. I don't know. You may want to clear that up though.
Okay.
But all the other taxes seem to be up to date.
Mhm.
Lien history, it looks like there's a lien recorded in 2012 for Broker Solutions in the amount of 158,635. It was not purchase money, so it was like a loan against the house, not to buy the
Okay.
house. And then in 11, Broker Solutions again for 159,251. And then in 08, one for 162,850. But that doesn't tell you, okay, it tells when the lien was placed, but we
Mhm.
have no way of knowing how many payments have been made or anything like that until the loan is paid off. Then they will record a deed of, oh, what is it called? There's a type of deed that you record that says this loan is paid off and there's no more lien.
Okay. What if she bought it like I think in 2008
Mm-hmm.
or I think yeah.
Yeah, it says 2008.
Okay. She still has to take care of the 1990 delinquency.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's her house.
Okay.
Yeah. Now she can get that money from the previous owner by filing a lawsuit, or if she got title insurance, that insurance might cover it. But I would definitely, you know what? I'll tell you who you can talk to this about. Aaron.
Uh-huh. Aaron. Cool.
He'll know. All right.
Okay.
But you see what kind of rich information you can get that is all public record. This is public records. This is
Yes.
not any, so he's going to give you access to every home in your farm area with this information. So right
Okay.
off the bat, you can write everyone a freaking letter and say, um, I would do, owner occupied is different from owner non-occupied, because owner non-occupied means they're probably renting it out, right? Because they don't
Okay.
live
Yeah.
there. And you can tell that by looking here. So if I look here and I see, okay, property address 979, mailing address 979, that tells me that it's an owner occupied, that the owner
Okay.
lives at the property. But if they're having their tax bill sent to another address, that means they live somewhere else and somebody else lives in the house. So
Mhm.
telling us it's probably rented. So
Okay.
for those people, you would probably write a different kind of letter. Like, do you want somebody, you could advertise that you can manage the property. Would you like a property manager? Or would you
Okay.
like to, you'd send them information about investments, because it's an investor property. So, but we'll get more into that later. Right now,
Okay.
gonna take the first step is just by meeting with Aaron and giving him your farm area so that he can give you all the names and addresses and whatever else information he has for everybody in your farm area so that you can start sending them stuff, reaching out to them. Now, one thing he can also do is he can give you from AI, he can give you the 8 most likely properties to be listed in the next year. So those are the people you want to reach out to first and say, look, I'm in your area. I am familiar with this neighborhood. I'm an agent. I would love to sell your house. If when you just want to be reaching out and touching them more often, so you become top of mind when they think, oh, we need to call a realtor, you want to
Right.
be top of mind.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is the information that you're going to have for every person in your farm area.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and stop sharing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a text message.
You just joined us.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Um, okay, Aaron, Aaron, and Adam Espino. Okay. Hello, Adam and Aaron. I'm going to say this is a virtual introduction. And I'm going to say Aaron. Adam is our newest agent and would like to meet with you ASAP because you want to get going as soon as possible.
Hmm.
Wasted time. We don't have time for wasted time.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to say Adam, reach, reach. God, I can't spell. Out to Aaron and set up at least an hour to go over the apps, desktop, log in, and your farm area. Thank you both. Okay, so I just sent the email. It's text message. You should get it shortly. And then you know how to get Aaron's phone number from the text message.
Hmm.
Yeah, so just text message him. You can either respond to this one. I don't mind being in the conversation. You can just respond with what your availability is, and then he can, tell you his, and then work out a time to sit with each other and get all that good information from him. And that's probably enough for one weekend. But do try and meet with him as soon as possible because, we have to get you going. It takes about 4 months to ramp up to get to be a new agent to being in escrow. So the quicker we start, the quicker you're going to be in escrow, and that's our goal.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So do you have any questions for me?
No, it was just the CalCurbs. You answered that for me. I appreciate it. And then contact Darren.
Okay, that sounds good. You can text
But
me
thank you.
anytime, okay?
Thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate your help.
Of course, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.